Hey guys, it's Heloise. This is take number 11. So I'm a bit agitated and everything keeps going wrong and I keep getting distractions such as the doorbell or the house phone ringing. I have to go get them because I'm the only one in, and you know, that was a pillow, as you do. So this isn't the video that's meant to go up. It was meant to be a tutorial. I got halfway through filming that last week and realised I wasn't actually filming, which was great, and I haven't had time to refilm that yet, so I'm going to try and film that tomorrow because I have a lot more time then. And then basically it's nearly Christmas, so I'm not doing a Christmas themed video, even though everything behind me is all Christmas. Today's video's name might be a bit confusing. It's about role models and basically how they can help people and how they inspire people, and I am aware that I look very pale today, and this is the camera because of the background I'm in today, and I'm not really sure why I'm this white, but you know, that's what you get when you film with Heloise. A lot of mistakes. So number one, this isn't in any order. Basically, it's just the people I thought of first. Degeneres. She's very generous and kind, and she just basically gives people opportunities that they would never have otherwise. Such as she gave this one woman like a house or money to refurbish her house because it wasn't suitable to live in, or something along that line. I don't really remember. I just remember the basic story. And she also sent one family to Disneyland and to come meet her. And there's this little boy, and he was like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" I was like, "You'll be my only boyfriend." So that was really sweet. And she often shows off new talent on her show, such as Grace and Chance. He was on her show like 3 days after his piano cover of, I think it was a Bruno Mars song, like Just the Way You Are or something, went up onto YouTube. He was on her show like 3 days after, as well as like Sophia Grace and Rosie. They're always on the show. They just went to an award show for her and like on the red carpet, and I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head, but yeah. And also when she like came out, she knew that she might not have her own show, like there'd be consequences, but she still did it like so people knew who she was, and she wasn't ashamed to be who she is, and she just stood up for herself. And to me that basically sent out the message that it's okay to be who you are. Like, you shouldn't have to be who you are because that's what someone else wants from you. You should be who you want to be. And she just basically lights up the world and brings magic because she's always happy, always dancing, always just smiling basically. Demi Lovato, she's been through a lot and she's criticised for everything she does. Like, everything she's been through she gets criticised for, not like getting through it. She doesn't get shown what she's been through and how she's actually come out like really well. And she kept going even when things were hard, and she tries to show people that recovery is an option, there is ways to get help. And she went to a rehabilitation centre like a few weeks ago and gave a talk about how people didn't believe she could get sober, so she was trying to do it so she could prove not just to herself but to them that she could get sober and she could stay that way, and she became a greater person for it because she did get sober. She got through all her problems and life's thrown a lot at her, but she still managed to come out on the other side. And she tries to talk about what she's been through so people know they're not like alone basically, and spread awareness that this is happening. Words do hurt, and like, you might not realise things you say can affect people. And yeah, she just keeps going through like everything she's been through, and she hasn't given up, and she tries to make people see that that isn't an option. Like, you always have a better choice. Taylor Swift. She's always smiling, always seems really happy. She also gets criticised, but differently. She gets criticised because of her songs. Like, she doesn't really respond to this, and I think that's why she's a role model, because basically she doesn't respond to like any negative press she sees. She tries to avoid anything about her. She didn't respond to the death threats. She knew about them and just stayed off Twitter for a while. She didn't say anything about them at all, and I don't think she still has. Or I haven't seen anything about her, and I've seen like everything. But like, she didn't say anything. It was Ed Sheeran who was like, no, stop, this isn't right, what you're doing. She's not like that. Like, it's between Harry and Taylor, what happened with Taylor, no one else. And yeah, like, people say she's a slut and all this, but she's really not. Like, I'm not going to go into numbers because you always see them like everywhere, but like, they even, at one point the press said that new boy at the award show, it was her brother. Like, anyone she talks to is immediately a new love interest for her. But all her songs are meant to be about boys. Okay, they forget about songs like Ronan. Like, that's about a young boy and his mum's relationship. She didn't write that about her or her life. She wrote that about him. Never Grow Up and all those songs, like, people just forget about them because, like, they're just not what people are writing about her. And yeah, so Megan and Liz, they spread loads of good quotes. I've written Fred's quotes of goodness, which doesn't make sense, but like, Liz often tweeted, like just the other day she tweeted, beautiful, be you, and stuff like that. And Megan tweeted Amanda Bynes because she sent out a tweet about her weight loss, and Megan wrote that the message you just sent out to thousands of girls is not okay. Like, you shouldn't have to feel you need to change the way you look about yourself because someone else is, or someone else is thinner than you. It doesn't mean you need to lose weight, because it can put loads of people into eating disorders and just things that aren't good for them. And yeah. Also, they show people it's okay to be yourself and you shouldn't change who you are for anyone. They're both always there for like their fans. Like, if they're going through a hard time, they try to respond to as many Twitter people as they can. They try to answer all the Tumblr questions, and like letters, they get loads, but they also try to be like, they're really grateful for all the support they've had and how far they've come. But like, the main thing that makes Megan and Liz my role model personally is that they do stand up for things that are wrong, such as they're in Band Against Bullying, and their anti-bullying song Are You Happy Now just shows that people do go through things even though you don't expect them to. And like, so far everyone I've said has been through something in their life which most people go through, such as bullying, eating problems such as anything like that, and like sexuality problems. Everyone in the world has like those difficulties. Like, I know people who've gone through these problems, and those of people you might know have gone through these problems, whether you're aware of it or not. And I just think they try to show awareness and say this needs to change, and we need to be the people who show this needs to happen. And then my next people, there seems to be like a YouTube bit and singer bit going on right now. I have 2 people left that I can remember, so I'm just like looking up there in case I can see anyone I've forgotten. But Cimarelli, Cimarelli? Yeah, Cimarelli. And then he says Cimarelli. They're always there for each other. If you don't know who they are, they're 6 sisters. They're a singing group and they're on YouTube. And most people have said Megan, Liz, Cimarelli are on YouTube. The other 3, I'm hopeful you'll have heard of. And basically, they've all got things like they don't like about each other, such as in an interview, Catherine said she was always really tall. Amy has Turner syndrome. Lauren and her hands. Danny's voice. And yeah, I can't remember what the other 2 said. But there's 6 sisters. But I'm trying to think. In this, like, they went to a place where they sang and Amy gave this speech about having Turner syndrome and like she'd never spoken about it before and she got really upset and it made me cry as well as lots of other people because it was really sad what she was saying. But like at the end, Christina, her oldest sister, supported her by saying, and Amy is now standing tall at like 4'10", which shows like they do support each other, even if we don't see it as much as like they do. And that was just one example. My final one, I think, maybe not, I've just thought of someone else, is Jessica Capshaw. She's an actress and basically she gets lots of messages about her who she plays on Grey's Anatomy. Like she got loads of death threats and loads of really bad messages because of her character. And like she just tries to she doesn't respond to them, she just tries to like remind people that that's not who she is. That's who she plays, and she doesn't always like what she's given to do, but that's her job, and the like people have to see her side of it, and like this does happen in real life. And so yeah, I just think that's really inspiring. And my final person that I've just thought of is, I can't say his last name, Vic Fuentes. I hope that's right. He's the lead singer of Piss Veil even, and he just like tries to spread support, and like there's loads of signs of loads of members holding up all these comments saying this is not an option and stuff. There is always a better way, and I just think like they're all inspiring and role models because they've been through stuff and they've come through it. Ellen DeGeneres tries to spread like joy to the world and tries to make everyone accept each other. Demi Lovato tries to make people see that recovery is an option. Taylor Swift just is Taylor Swift basically. She just tries to show that, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but she just shows, to me at least, that she's like someone who's just there and is a role model. Like she's not necessarily been through what the others have, but she still talks about things and says this is this and this is that, like what's true and what's not, and like how it entwines sometimes. Megan and Liz just show that it's okay to be yourself, as well as most of them. Cimarelli are just there for each other, and Jessica Capshaw just tries to show that people are not who you always think that they are. Like there's always 2 sides to a story sort of thing. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, bye.